Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to be going over why Trump will not be the best candidate in 2024 and why the Republican Party should be worried if he runs in 2024. I'm sorry, I had one of my videos that I posted. I posted you last evening at around like 7 p.m. Pacific time. I wasn't able to actually because there was a lag. I think it was actually in fast motion. I wasn't able to repost the video, so I'm sorry guys, I had to delete that video. Probably repost it today. I'll try. But anyways, subscribe to this YouTube channel, leave a like down below, and comment if you guys would like me to make an election prediction. I probably will make one today. I'm not sure which election prediction I should make today. But yeah. And click that notification bell to receive notifications when I post daily. So, now I don't see Donald Trump, he said that he might run again in 2024. And that's not very good news for the Republican Party. Because in general, Donald Trump was not favored to win the 2020 election. And he's not going to be favored to win the 2024 election. Just because it's, 2022 is expected to be a red wave year. We don't know exactly how 2024 is going to go because of the candidates. But if Donald Trump does become the frontrunner for the Republican Party, it's not very good. And the Republican Party should definitely be worried that Donald Trump is going to be, the main candidate in the 2024 election. Well, why do I think that? Because if the Republican Party nominates former President Trump, then, the Republican Party doesn't have a very good shot at winning. Why do I think that? Because Trump did not win the 2020 election, so why would he win the 2024? No president in history has actually come back once he lost his second term and come back 4 years later and actually win the election. I believe that was Grover Cleveland. But, it hasn't happened in a very long time. It only happened once in history. So I don't, Trump's chances of winning the election are not high. He was only favored about 10% to win the election. And by election day, Joe Biden had a 99% chance of winning the election because Donald Trump is not going to be the best candidate in 2024 at all. Even though currently he is the front runner for the Republican Party, I do think the Republican Party should be nominating somebody like Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, or any of the candidates just in general besides somebody like Donald Trump or Mike Pence. They're just not going to work again in 2024 unless the Republican Party wants a Democratic White House for 8 years. So if you look at the national polling, Joe Biden has always been ahead since April, actually. Oh, since March. Yeah, like March 28th or so. Joe Biden, the beginning of March, Joe Biden was ahead in the polls, but it was a small percentage. It was only around 3 percentage points, 3.8. But that lead grew. Donald Trump, in April, Donald Trump was behind 3%. And by election day, he was behind more than 10. Yeah, in October, he was behind almost 11. In the United States House, Democrats were definitely favored to win the House. They were favored to pick up a seat. If you look at the U.S. Senate and we look at Arizona, here Mark Kelly had Martha McSally beat by 9 percentage points in the polls. 6 percentage points. It's like any poll suggested Democrats and Republicans to pick up the seat in Arizona. They only had about 10% chance to actually pick up that seat. And in general, it was really bad news for the Republican Party. 2020 was a horrible year for the Republican Party. Their frontrunner, Donald Trump, lost the election, made baseless claims of voter fraud. He lost the United States Senate, and the House is in Democratic hands. And I do think the Republican Party should be worried if Donald Trump comes back, because in general, Donald Trump is not favored to win the election. Donald Trump was the most favored Donald Trump ever was 45%. His approval rate was only above his disapproval rate for less than a month. Between January 23rd and February 11th. For like 10 days, the first 10 days of his presidency, Donald Trump was more popular than he was not popular. But at one point, his disapproval rating was close to 60%, and his approval rating was under 40%. And as he left on election day, let me find election day. November 15th, somewhere around here, on election November 9th, okay. Close enough. 44% of Americans approved him, 52 disapproved him. After he left, 57, about 58 disapproved him, and about 39 approved him. So, in general, Donald Trump is not favored to win the election. And I don't think the Republican Party should nominate Donald Trump, even though he is the front runner. In 2016, every single state shifted. Georgia, Arizona, Texas, the Rust Belt. And the only state that actually shifted to the right was Florida. 2 points to the right. So, Donald Trump is not going to be favored to win the election. And, in general, if you were running, the second district of Nebraska went blue. It was not a blue district in 2016. It was a red district, but it went blue. So I'm going to be making an election prediction. So sort of off topic, but yeah. So in general, Donald Trump is not going to be favored to win the election. And, it just shows that in the approval rating. A lot of you say national polls don't determine the election. They really don't. But state polls sort of do. They really show you who is more likely to win the election. And in state polls, Joe Biden had a lead in Pennsylvania by 5, Wisconsin by almost 10, and Michigan by about 10. He was favored to win Minnesota. He was favored to win New Hampshire. He was favored to win Virginia, Colorado, and New Mexico, and Nevada. He was also favored to win Georgia. He won. He was behind a percentage point in Texas. There was a tie in Iowa. Trump was ahead in Ohio and Utah. So in general, the outcome of the election did not favor Donald Trump. Polls would suggest that this would be the map in the 2020 election. This was not the map, but whether the polls are going to determine who wins the states, this would be something, this could sort of resemble the 2024 election. Because Donald Trump, in general, is not favored to win the election. He's not popular in the Rust Belt. And if he loses the Rust Belt, then it's basically done. So the Republican Party should not nominate Donald Trump.